Facebook and YouTube. What is good with you? This is Caught with the Red Barrel. It is Saturday night and we are back again with episode 3 of Euro Truck Simulator 2. So, where did we get to last time? Was it vinegar, I believe? Yeah, we were delivering vinegar. So, we need to change this because this is annoying me. So, gameplay, the money in euros. Not that I'm like kind of a Euro skeptic or anything, but nonetheless, we will have GBP just for the realism value. So we switch that. So we've converted our money. We have 7 grand in the bank, which really isn't going to get us anything really at all. The type of truck we want to buy, to give you some context on what we need to be aiming for, is about 80 to 90 grand from what I recall. So really, we need to grind some pretty serious quick jobs before we can even think about going shopping for a new truck. So where are we at? What do we have available in terms of jobs? Well, the top paying job is Cardiff to London. Some radiators. We haven't been to London yet. We haven't opened that up on the map, as we can see here. The places we visited are represented by a larger circle, and obviously these smaller greyed out areas are towns that we haven't yet visited. So I suppose at this point it makes sense to take the best paying job. It's driving a Volvo, which is good. Reservoir tank, Birmingham to Rotterdam. I suppose it would, at this point, it would be more interesting to go to Rotterdam. So what are we losing? 300 quid? Yeah, let's do that. Just for the sake of going overseas rather than driving to London. We'll go past London anyway. We could even stop in if we have enough time. Might be nice. So let's have a look at our steed. Looking good. That's what you'd expect. A reservoir tank. We've done this one before. We haven't, have we? Not on this playthrough. So let's get this thing on the road. Good this way. So we can go into this lane with no problems. That seemed like it was pretty close. We need to be in a left-hand lane here, so I'm just going to nip across you. Sorry, pal. And we are going left, so round we go. Keep an eye on the speed limit. Nice day we have today. We haven't seen any rain yet. I don't believe. I mean, it's set up to have a chance of rain, so it nearly always rains when I least want it to. Like when I'm trying to get something somewhere quickly, it starts hammering it down with rain. I mean, not that it affects the speed of the truck, but it can be difficult to see, to navigate through the thick rain, especially if your wipers are on super slow mode, as they always seem to be. So yes. Maybe we'll get some this time. We will see how we go. So how's everyone doing? I hope everybody is well. This is... God, where are we at now? I mean, obviously this is number 3 in the Euro Truck series. But I couldn't tell you what number video it is per se. I think maybe 12 or something like that, which, considering this channel only really started in earnest a couple of weeks ago, is not bad going. I think you'll agree. So, still not really sure kind of what the idea is really, other than to just play games, chunter like this, and hopefully people will kind of get on board with it. It's no beef if not, because like I said, it's just doing something I enjoy really. So, but I've had some nice feedback from people. The more kind of feedback there is, from friends and what have you. Just saying, oh yeah, enjoying your videos, blah blah blah. So I don't know. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Of course, I'm very grateful for it. For everybody who's taken the time to, to watch, comment, leave suggestions, anything of that sort is mega appreciated by me, no matter who you are. So please continue to do it. It really helps me out. It helps me out obviously as well if you click the thumb on the video, so I know you liked it. Even if you click the down thumb, if it was a complete load of nonsense and I was waffling crap, give me a thumb either way, man. That would be excellent. yeah, so what do we have going so far? Well, we have this series, obviously, Euro Truck. You know, which is just a bit of a chill out thing, really. I just today completed my first, my second Street Fighter 4 video, which was good. I expected that to be much more of a struggle than it was. A few people might be wondering why I'm uploading Street Fighter 4 when Street Fighter 5 is now the you know, the current Street Fighter entry. Well, to be honest, Street Fighter 4 passed me by a little bit in terms of you know, in the series. So when I picked it up in the Steam sale, the most recent Steam sale, I was quite excited because it was yeah, I'd never really played it before. So subsequently, after having played a lot of Street Fighter 5, I was kind of yeah. It was a pleasant change of pace to play Street Fighter 4 with all of the, you know, kind of offline opportunities it has available as a player. Obviously, you know, Street Fighter 5, one of its major criticisms, you know, you could argue reasonably so, is the fact that there is not enough content for offline play. It's very much geared towards people playing each other online, either in ranked or in casual, and you know. Again, I may have already touched on this topic already, but yeah, a bit disgruntled that they don't have that in Street Fighter 5. But there is talk of a versus CPU mode coming soon. So anyway, blah blah blah. I'm waffling on about Street Fighter now on a Euro Truck video. Yes. So we will see. So that's a Street Fighter 4 video, a new playthrough that is on its way up, is uploading actually as we speak. Gauntlet, good fun, really good fun actually. Really enjoying that. Again, one that I picked up in the sale for literally pennies, and I've had all sorts of fun with actually. A potential kind of possible project or side project, if you like, possibly coming up where a friend of mine who also makes creates videos and art. What are you doing? Well, thank you for slowing down. Yeah, may come on and do some gameplay with me, which would be really good. So we're trying to figure out like kind of the technical ins and outs of doing that. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Car Mechanic Simulator, obviously, well behind the times with that. I mean, what are we on now? 2006, nearly 2017. So, you know, 3 years old. But again, you know, people express quite a lot of interest in that particular game. So it's quite, yeah, it's quite interesting to people, I think, really, who have no prior knowledge of it. So that's probably my next video, I would have thought. But yes, so there's that as well. And I've also started making videos from PS4 with Outlast. Again, you know, super old game, one of the early release titles, as memory serves, with PS4. But I mean, you know, cinematically, probably makes for a really good watch. I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? Which of my videos have you seen, and which ones have you enjoyed, and which ones not so much? Like I said, I do appreciate any feedback. Streets of Rage, that was fun as hell. Streets of Rage 2, really enjoyed that. If you haven't seen it, I got that one tied up in 3 videos of about maybe 20 to 25 minutes apiece, which I was quite pleased with. So yeah, doing well so far. Decent amount of content output. So yeah, future plans, don't know. I'm kind of sort of keenly shopping around to try and find something that's, you know, that looks fun to play and looks fun to make a video about, but you know, that isn't going to cost me a fortune, because I don't want to do something that everybody's done and, you know, kind of everybody already knows about. There is a game I've kind of spotted that's an early release version of an RPG about the of an alternative timeline of the Japanese feudal era, I think, called Disgraced, which I think might actually be quite good fun, because it looks really old school RPG style, like, you know, in the mould of Final Fantasy VII and the Super NES Zelda. I forget, was it A Link to the Past? You know, the style looks very similar to that, so I think that might be fun. So when I get round to it, then you know, I might go for that. Other people have suggested some of the retro games, like other games in this Streets of Rage series, which would be cool. I have actually downloaded tonight Streets of Rage 1, so that's on the back burner for those who have asked about it. You know who you are. Yeah. So yeah, just kind of sort of keeping an open mind to it all really at the minute, and trying to think, you know, what would be good, really, what would be fun to do and fun for you guys to watch, which is obviously, you know, the key magic formula. So yeah. Cool, we are bitting off a pretty serious job here. 11 hours. 11 hours until we get to Rotterdam. But I mean, a lot of that will be taken up on the train. I think we go on the train. So, so yes. So perhaps not quite as scary as it looks. Where are we now? Just coming up to the M25 actually. So we will be going around the M25 as far as here, as far as the A12. We will turn off to Felixstowe. And then cross the ferry. It won't be the train, it will be the ferry to Rotterdam. So yes, once we get to Rotterdam, I think that is the port town. So it'll essentially be a very short drive from there to deliver the cargo. So I will have another go at parking the trailer, but like no promises. Yeah, not my most core skill. I'll concede that. Really try with some different trucks, but I mean, certainly now I've got the limiter turned on. Try with some different models just to mix it up a little bit, give a bit of variety. So yeah. So Saturday night, it's been absolutely hammering it down with rain all day. Really haven't got up too much. So I had a Japanese lesson this morning. For anybody who doesn't know, or you know, doesn't know me personally. I'm a Japanese student of getting on for 2 years now, about 18 months approximately. So, but today was my first like private tutor lesson in about 3 months, because my tutor had been back in Japan taking care of her dad who was not well. Shit, not concentrating. Don't, yeah, let me in. Cheers. That was nearly very embarrassing. Fender bender. Yes. So yeah. Today was the first proper lesson in about 3 months. So as could be expected with you know, that amount of academic absence, it was yeah, it was a bit chewy. So I really need to redouble my efforts in that. So yes, but yeah. Other than that, Celtic Throwdown has been on today, which is a Capcom. Ranking Street Fighter tournament in Ireland, or a fighting games tournament, which the Capcom Pro Tour makes up part of. So that's been watching that on Twitch. Pretty amusing. Big names drowning in pools. Quite looking forward to EGX in Birmingham, which I will be attending later this month. I think it's the last weekend of September. I don't even think I'm allowed in this lane, but bollocks. Moo cows. Yeah, we'll be attending EGX, mostly for the purpose of watching the Street Fighter event, of which it is a premiere. So there should be some big names attending. But I'm also looking forward to just checking out what's on offer in general, really, what's new, what's going to be new. Hopefully having to go on some of the VR stuff, though. My friend I'm going with has already warned me that any standoff in a VR experience is likely to be queued around a bend. So unless we get there dead early, which I'm imagining we probably won't, yeah, it might be a bit of a tall order. Straight. Look outside the truck there. So yeah, anybody else? Anybody who's watching this going to be attending EGX? And if so, what are you looking forward to seeing? I really need to do some more research as to the type of thing that is likely to be showcased. I mean, it is the UK's biggest video gaming event, so I would expect to see some things being broken, some stuff being showcased that we otherwise wouldn't have had the chance to see. what that type of thing might be. I really couldn't hazard a guess, but yeah, there should be some interesting stuff on offer, one would hope. So yeah, looking forward to that. And you see, the weather looks like it's getting a bit grimy here, doesn't it? So we might get that rain. We spoke a bit too soon about the rain, which would suit today's actual weather IRL perfectly. We've got a hot air balloon, so it can't be that bad. I think last Saturday was the last time I made one of these, actually, funnily enough. So again, once again, there are no, there's no chaos at the moment. But later on, my friends, the revelers, will probably be cranking it. So hopefully, the video will be finished by then. I certainly hope so. Going to Rotterdam. Wow. Whoops, a daisy. Right, I'm going to be turning across here. If there's any truck drivers watching this, you are probably going. If you drive like that in real life, you would be removed from the roads. Probably dropped in the sea somewhere as a warning never to do it again. Yeah, need to put the lights on. Yeah, the weather has really taken a bit of a nasty turn for the worst. This is how you imagine being a trucker, isn't it? Like, you know, how you would visualise being a truck driver, just tonking along, shit weather, you know, completely alone, talking to yourself like me. If I'm not playing as a truck driver, it's probably because I actually identify with that particular type of lifestyle. You know, a friend of mine actually did make a video of this game, and compared his own sort of sensibilities, if you like, to those of a truck driver, asking the question, you know, do you think it would, you know, would it suit him to be a truck driver? I do think it has a certain attraction to it because of those, you know, if you are a person who thrives in your own company and, you know, doesn't mind, you know, kind of lack of interaction with other people, you know, it would probably suit you quite well. You know, people will have their own opinions on that. Again, you know, in the unlikely event that any real life truck drivers ever watch this, you know, tell me, is that an aspect of your job that you particularly enjoy, or, you know, that you don't like, you know, that you, because obviously truck drivers use radio, CB radios, as I understand it, to talk to other truckers, etc., etc. A friend of mine is a truck driver, but he doesn't really travel super long distances, you know, like across Europe, like we see here. It's more sort of, you know, just up and down the country, and he's usually at home at reasonable o'clock. So yeah, he might argue with the reasonable o'clock aspect of that. But God, it looks like it's raining in here. Leave the sunroof open. We must be coming up now on Felixstowe, I dare say. Where are we? Yeah, literally just outside Felixstowe. So short way to go. Get onto the ferry. Get down to Rotterdam. Don't ask me to do that fucking annoying song, because I won't. Limit here 15. Yeah, the truck limiter is on at the moment. In previous experience or previous playthroughs of this game, I've always taken it off straight off the bat. But like I said, we're trying to sort of stick to a more sort of realistic simulation aspect of the game here. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If videos start getting ridiculously long as we start making longer journeys, we might need to take it off and just play some, you know, cat and mouse with the speed cameras. But at the moment, because we're doing reasonably short jobs, we will leave it where it is. So we've got a roundabout to negotiate. Nice. Clear traffic would be nice. Thank you. The curve anyway. Nicely done. So we are on a 30-mile-an-hour limit, so we'll keep it at a cool 29. We need a left turn up ahead from memory. God, that is depressing. I mean, I don't drive. I actually don't drive a car in real life. But I'm starting to remember my way around certain aspects of the map in this game, which, bearing in mind, is not small. So, That's pretty depressing. Shout outs to all the other Euro Truck geeks out there. It's going to be interesting to see how they follow this up, really. I mean, I know they've done American Truck Simulator, which is fine. I still don't think it's for me, really. Stylistically, it just doesn't grab me in the same way this does. Okay, so we're going to Europort with a 00, 8 hours, 768 quid before our trouble. Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to follow it up. In terms of will they make another Euro Truck 3 or what, and if they do, how will they change it? You know, more comprehensive cities, I guess, would probably be good. You know, more built-up areas, I suppose. You know, the modding community for this game is extensive. People have done all sorts of mods, crazy stuff. So it would be interesting to see if any of that was taken on board for whatever the sequel to this game ultimately ended up being. So yes, it'd be quite interesting to see, I think. Not really watching where I'm going there. Sorry, mate. Looks like where are we at? 5:36 AM. We have got the sun coming up. So we are in the Netherlands, as Steve McLaren would say. The Netherlands. And this is fantastic to play against Arsenal. Dear me, what a moment that was. What a div. If you don't know what I mean, go and look it up. It's funny as hell. Steve McLaren. So we're kind of skirting the speed limit here a little bit. So as we can see, we're coming up on our coming up on our destination for this reservoir tank. So we are very nearly there. Rotterdam discovered. All right. Go straight on here though. We turn left. Oh no, we turn left if we go to Amsterdam, don't we? So, so it's the next turn off for Rotterdam. Oh, we're going miles over the speed limit. Here we are in a 31 zone. Turn off anyway, so let's try and pass this off without incident. I don't think we've had a fine or a crash or anything. I think the scariest thing that's happened so far is we've mounted the curb just outside Felixstowe. Whoops. That was close. Yeah, so it's incident free so far, which is good. Going in here. Alright, so this is good because this gives us the opportunity to line up the truck to park it properly, better than most other places that we have to park. So I'm going to give it my best shot, guys. I really will. Gambarimasu. Where we are. We did it. So we've got a bonus for that. So cargo is ready for unloading. Press T to detach the trailer. And rock and roll. We finished the job. So we got a base reward of £4,000. Long distance delivery bonus of 200 quid. And we got a bonus, an XP bonus for parking the trailer, which means we have leveled up. In this instance, that means that we have a perk to add. So I can't remember whether I talked about these before, but each time you do level up, you get to bump up one of these particular stats, all of which, you know, increase either the value or the amount of money you can earn by the jobs you're doing. The only one that's different is eco driving down here, which actually saves you fuel. That only really comes into play when you have your own truck, so it's not something we need to think about right now. So we have long distance jobs already. We took that one earlier on. ADRs is different types of hazardous materials. So let's go just in time delivery. That's urgent deliveries that are time reliant. So high value car. Let's go for a high value cargo. And cart some diamonds around or something. So we'll apply that. And then that will come into effect on the next job. So I'm going to end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please leave a like. Please comment. Let me know your thoughts or respond to any of the things that I've said in the video. Happy to chat with you. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you on the next video. All right. Thanks a lot. See you soon.